So now I wanted to show you an example of how you can use StatCrunch to generate a histogram from data. And you can see a problem I have here from the homework, something similar. You have data that this one wants us to click to see the data. And then whenever we open up the data, we see here this little blue box where we can export the data to StatCrunch. So we want to do that so we have all our data in. We don't have to enter it manually. And when you hit that, you're going to have a pop-up with StatCrunch that has all your data in it entered already. Now when you want to make a histogram, all you're going to do is go up here to where it says graph and then go down to the option that says histogram. And for us, we only have like one column of data, so this service time. So that's what we're going to pick as our column right there. And then down here where it says you can leave these things like where and group by, don't put anything in those. We're going to do a frequency type where it has frequencies on the y-axis. You could also do like relative frequency where it has percentages or decimals on the y-axis, but we're going to leave it with frequencies because that's what they answers. If you look at the answers, the solutions, they all have frequency on the y-axis right there. And then the last thing where it says is our bins these are basically your classes. What do we want to start at and what's the width, the class width. So if you look at your problem when you go back, you'll see in the problem it says begin with a lower class limit of 70 seconds and then use a class width of 40. So those are going to be basically our starting lower class limit, which will be the 70, and then we're doing 40 as our class width. So that'll be where you put those numbers. So you only need to pick a few things, and then once you go down to the very bottom, there's some little custom things here like picking the color that you want to use and some of the little properties here, but this is basically all you need for the most part, and then you just go down here where it says compute. And now you see you have a frequency distribution. Now, you may want to rearrange your window so that you have the answers and your graph kind of showing at the same time. But we can see it starts out kind of low, this bar, and then peaks, and then kind of dips down. It has two classes on the end that are equal, so might want to keep that in our mind. But we want to look for a picture that looks very similar to this. So you can look at the answers here. The part A answer, it's kind of the opposite of what we want. So that's not going to be the one we choose. B over here, it kind of goes up and down like hills, and we didn't have anything like that. Once it went up, it went down and kept going down. And then C does look like what we want. It starts out kind of low, peaks, and then goes down. The last two classes are equal to each other, so this will be the one you want. And if you ever have trouble seeing any of these, you can also expand these at any time. If you click on the graphs, there's this little pop out right here that makes the graph pop out, and now you can see even better that it looks almost exactly like what we have, what we graphed. Let me try to get them side by side here. It looks almost exactly identical to what we graphed, so you can kind of position them however you need to there. So that'll be basically our answer right there on part C. So that's how you can graph using StatCrunch. It's very quick, very easy. Once you have your data, just export it, pick graph, and generate your histogram.